Okay, let's dive right in today. We're looking at how to become a real rainmaker, someone who consistently brings in business based on Jeffrey Fox's work.
Yeah, it's all about understanding the mindset and the specific actions that make someone effective in that role, really practical stuff.
Exactly. And for you listening, this is about pulling out those actionable insights you can use, like, right away.
So first up is what Fox calls the Rainmaker's Credo. It's the fundamental philosophy, really.
And the absolute cornerstone, number one, is cherish customers at all times. Sounds simple, maybe?
Well, yeah, but he means it in a deep way, like treat them as you would your best friends, real personal connection and care.
That level of care, it's not just lip service, you know? Are you really doing that consistently?
Mm-mm. And that genuine care naturally leads to better listening, active listening.
Getting beyond just the surface request, right?
Exactly. Understanding what they truly need, which, interestingly, might be different from what they initially say they want.
So you might actually need to educate them a bit, guide them towards a solution they hadn't considered.
Precisely. Which ties into how you price things. Fox pushes this idea of dollarized value.
Okay, so pricing based on the tangible financial benefit to them.
Yes, and then you have to clearly spell out that benefit. Make the ROI, the return on investment, crystal clear.
So it's not just about your cost, it's about their gain.
Yeah.
Makes sense. How well are you actually communicating that? That's the question for the listener.
Absolutely. Communicating that value, and then, of course, delivering on it. Tailoring the product or service exactly.
Customizing it to their specs.
Right. And delivering it when they need it. On time, no friction.
But being a rainmaker isn't just hitting the baseline, is it?
No, definitely not. Fox talks about exceeding expectations, giving that little bit extra, unexpected value.
That wow factor.
Sort of, yeah. Something that delights them and strengthens that relationship, and then critically circle back afterwards.
Circle back. How so?
Remind them. Reinforce the financial benefits they actually got from working with you. Validate their decision.
Ah, I see. Builds confidence for next time.
Exactly. And alongside that, genuine gratitude. Saying thank you, sincerely and often. It matters.
Seems basic, but probably overlooked a lot.
I think, though. He even mentions making payment easy, avoiding any awkwardness for the customer. It's all part of the experience.
And the end goal of all this.
Repeat business. Asking directly, can we do it again? That's the sign of a healthy, successful relationship.
Okay, so that's the core philosophy, the Credo. Now, how does that translate into action? The Rainmaker Formula.
Right, the formula. And the absolute starting point, the question you should always have in your head is, why should this customer do business with us?
Constantly putting yourself in their shoes.
Always. Which connects to the next point, the golden rule. Treat customers how you'd want to be treated. Simple, powerful.
Yeah, it's a good anchor. And then there's that blunt truth.
Uh-huh. Customers don't care about you. I mean, they care about their own problems, their own goals.
Ouch. But true, right. They care about how you can help them.
Exactly. Which is why pre-call planning is non-negotiable. You have to do your homework meticulously.
Understand their business, their challenges, before you walk in or pick up the phone.
Absolutely. No winging it. And part of that planning is strategic targeting. Fishing where the big fish are.
Focusing your effort where it counts most. High potential clients.
Yeah. And when you get in front of them, you need to, as we said before, show them the money, quantify that value proposition.
Make the financial return undeniable.
And then there's some tough love in the formula too, like earthquakes don't count.
Meaning?
Meaning, don't make excuses based on stuff outside your control. Focus on what you can control, your actions, your preparation.
Right. Own your results,
Yeah.
basically. And be proactive, right? Rainmakers make appointments to make it rain.
You got it. You have to actively schedule those meetings that lead to business. It doesn't just happen.
Fox also throws in some interesting, maybe less obvious tactics, like sending a physical letter.
Yeah, stand out, send a letter. In this digital age, it can really make an impression, a personal touch.
And even thinking about where you sit in a meeting. Strategic seating.
Choosing a spot that projects confidence, minimizes distractions. It's about controlling the environment subtly.
Interesting. And no coffee during the sales call.
Apparently.
Yeah.
To maintain focus and professionalism. Little details.
In business lunches, they're for business, not just eating.
That's the point he makes. Stay focused on the objective, even down to, like, not having a pen in your shirt pocket.
Really? A pen?
Yeah, he suggests it detracts from a polished professional look. It's about the cumulative effect of these small things.
Okay, so all these details add up to build trust. But the core principle is still.
If the solution benefits them, they will buy. It always comes back to genuinely helping them solve their problem or achieve their goal.
And what about when they push back? Objections.
Ah, crucial point. Reframe them. Don't see them as roadblocks, see them as customer objectives. Opportunities, really.
Opportunities to understand their concerns better.
Exactly, and address them directly. He also pushes for always looking ahead, like midway through one project, propose another way to help them.
Always be thinking about the next opportunity to add value, upselling, cross-selling.
Sort of, but framed as genuinely helping them further. And maintain a wide perspective. Treat everybody you meet as a potential customer.
You never know where the next opportunity might come from.
Right. And remember, just getting the appointment is a strong buying signal. They're investing their time.
Good point. And if they ask about competitors,
Be confident, direct. Acknowledge the competitor is good, then immediately pivot. Would you like to know our points of difference? Focus on your unique strengths.
no bad-mouthing, just positive differentiation.
Exactly. And responsiveness is key. Always return every call every day. Seems basic, but it signals respect and reliability. How many people actually do that consistently?
Yeah, that's a challenge. And being prepared with resources, the gas for the trip analogy.
Right. Don't start something you can't finish properly. Have what you need. He even questions rigid time and territory management sometimes.
How so?
Suggests focusing more on results rather than just sticking to a strict schedule or geographical plan if it's not yielding business. Be flexible for the outcome.
Interesting. And practice makes perfect, right? Test in private what they're going to sell in public.
Definitely. Rehearse your pitch, your presentation. Don't try it out for the first time on a major client.
Makes sense. And don't be afraid to ask basic questions. Dare to be dumb.
Yeah, better to ask and be sure you understand than to pretend you know and mess up later. Clarity is key.
And always, always quantify the value. Always do an investment return analysis.
Always. Show the numbers. And build relationships, not conflicts. Rainmakers make friends, not enemies.
Which requires being really attuned to the customer, doesn't it? Always be on high receive.
Totally. Picking up on all the cues, verbal and nonverbal. Understanding their concerns, desires, fears, limits. Deep empathy.
And being intentional with your questions. If you don't care about the answer, then don't ask the question.
Good filter, isn't it? Don't waste their time or yours. Be purposeful. And prioritize them over internal stuff.
Like, skip the internal meeting if the customer needs you.
That's the idea. Be there for the customer. Guide them through the decision. The Rainmaker presents and helps the customer to decide. Facilitate, don't just push.
And the ultimate measure of success.
Doing a wonderful job, do it on time, do it on budget, don't complain, and give the customer a little extra. That's holistic satisfaction.
And clear potential roadblocks before the end. Asking, if the demo is successful, is there anything else prohibiting you from going ahead?
Proactive problem solving. And remember, reciprocity. Give and get. Build mutual value.
He even suggests specific times can be good for selling. Early mornings, Friday afternoons.
Yeah, potentially catching people when they're less guarded or wrapping things up. Worth testing. And end calls on a positive note. Break the ice at the end.
Leave a good final impression. And track your activity, right? The point system.
A simple way to measure progress. Points for leads, appointments, meetings, closes. Keeps you focused on the right activities.
And just take the shot. A shot on goal is never a bad play. Don't be afraid to try.
Exactly. Be proactive. But maybe avoid pure cold calling focus on warmer, more targeted approaches.
And see the bigger picture. Sell the link, and you sell the chain.
Right. Show how solving this one issue connects to broader benefits or solutions you can offer down the line. Maintain professionalism always, like don't talk with food in your mouth.
Okay, another basic but important one.
Seems so. Encourage trials. Why don't you give it a try? Use voicemail strategically, make it compelling.
And presentation matters. Physical and mental readiness. Show up fit and ready.
Yeah.
Be the best dressed person.
Right. Dress appropriately, professionally. Breakfast meetings can be very effective too, he notes. Focus time.
And business cards are still relevant.
Yep, still a useful tool for networking. And finally, that powerful self-reflection question.
What question should I be asking that I am not asking? That's a great one for uncovering blind spots.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Okay, so that covers the formula, but Fox also gives, like, immediate next steps.
Yeah, the 10 things to do today to get business super practical.
Very actionable. Number 1, send a handwritten note, that personal touch again.
Stands out. Number 2, clip and send an article of interest. Shows you're thinking specifically about them.
Value add. 3. Ask satisfied customers for referrals. Talk to a satisfied customer and ask who else you might help.
Leverage that goodwill. 4. Thank your referrers. Send a thank you gift.
Acknowledge their help. 5. Strategic card distribution. Give your business card to someone with influence.
Expand your network deliberately. 6. Build thought leadership. Send a letter to the editor, relevant to your customers.
Get your name, your ideas out there. 7. Consistent list building. Add 15 people to your mailing list. Keep growing that network.
8. Leave a compelling voicemail. Make them want to call you back.
Craft that message carefully. 9. The direct approach. Just make an appointment.
Ask for the meeting. And 10. Reconnect with past clients. Call a customer you haven't talked to in 2 years.
You never know what might have changed or what new needs they have. Re-engage.
Okay, so those are immediate actions. Finally, how do you spot one of these rainmakers? Or become one? What are the characteristics?
Right, how to recognize a rainmaker. Key traits. First off, they are highly organized, essential for juggling everything.
Makes sense. And they focus their energy effectively. Call only on decision makers.
No wasting time with people who can't say yes. It requires discipline.
And that links back to preparation, right? Does detailed pre-call planning.
Absolutely. And they always have a goal for the call. Always has a written sales call objective. They know what success looks like for that interaction.
Their questions aren't random either. Ask pre-planned questions to guide the conversation.
Strategic questioning. And they truly listen. Listens actively, and they connect. Is empathetic with customers.
Understanding the person, not just the problem.
Exactly. And objections. They encourage and appreciate objections, welcome them as chances to clarify.
See them as engagement, not rejection.
Precisely. And they constantly reinforce value. Always dollarize the value of the product. Bring it back to the financial benefit.
And finally, they aren't afraid to move things forward. They ask for customer commitments.
Yeah, they proactively seek that next step, that agreement. They close.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty comprehensive framework, from mindset to specific tactics and traits. Lots to unpack there.